And this is the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Lots of leaves, colors, streams. Very nice.
It's October 19th, 2020, and we'll be spending 4 days going from the beginning to the very end. I just walked through a major spider web of one of America's greatest highways, covering all 469 miles. We'll tell you everything you need to know to plan a successful trip on the Blue Ridge Parkway. So thanks for traveling with us. Us Northerners have always pronounced it Appalachian, but after returning from our trip, we realized that the locals pronounce it Appalachian, and a strong case can be made that they are correct. And if you're looking for a good location for a sunrise, Afton Overlook, right at mile marker number 1.
So we're here at the Visitor Center for Humpback Rocks, and there are 2 nice trails that you can hike. We're going to do the Humpback Rocks Trail, but there's also the Humpback Mountain Trail. We're taking the 1 mile trail versus the 2 mile trail. Blue blazes mark this short but strenuous trail. Watch your step. There's a lot of exposed rocks and roots.
0.8 miles, but 700 feet vertical elevation. You're gonna work a little on this one.
When you come to the fork in the road on a trail, bear to the left so you can go up and see the overlook, or you can continue on the trail this way. Your reward is achieved when you reach the top. Check out the amazing views of Rockfish and Shenandoah valleys. This hike is a favorite of the locals and a classic stop for any traveler on the highway if you have the stamina for the climb.
So if you start this drive at the end of October, it's going to be cold. We got out of the car today, it was 48 degrees. If you want a quick way to warm up, do this hike. Yeah. This will get the blood flowing. All right, you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Let's go. Is this turn of the century Appalachian culture or what? Wow, check this out. It's nice that you have these little plaques explaining every location. This one, for example, is the chicken coop. The Mountain Farm Trail winds its way through the historic 19th century buildings, depicting life of the early settlers. They forged a living here using the natural materials: hickory, chestnut, oak trees for nuts, logs, and tannin, and the rocks were building the materials for foundations, chimneys, and fences. So this is a historic stop here. This is an old logging railroad that was built in 1919 to 1920, carrying logs out of the mountainous area to the mill.
This is from the Irish Creek Railroad. It's a 42-inch narrow gauge railway. The remnants remind us of the timber and mining operations in the 19th century. And this one can be found around Milepost 35.
On the Blue Ridge Parkway, some of your stops might be a couple miles apart from each other, and then you'll find yourself driving a stretch of maybe 50 or 60 miles.
And that's what makes this road special, is that it's not just the destinations, but it's the journey along the way. You enjoy all the colors and the scenery. It's really nice. Nice thing about the Blue Ridge Parkway is that the speed limit is only between 35 and 45. The roads are not up and down as you would imagine some of the mountain roads. They're very level. It's a very nice flow, and so it's a very nice drive. Yeah.
So we are now at milepost number 63, and this is the James River exhibit. This is a stop that will have the Trail of the Trees and a restored lock and canal. And as you can expect here at the Visitor Center,
once again, restrooms are closed due to COVID.
So we have a correction to make here, don't we?
Correction, they're open.
All right.
Hey.
That's as far as I'm going. So we're crossing the James River right now. This is an absolutely beautiful walkway. James River is actually the largest river in the state of Virginia. We're making our way over to the locks. And the locks were built to adjust the water levels because they'd often build their canals right alongside the rivers. So this is the Battery Creek Lock. It was built in 1848. It's a lift lock, 15 feet wide. It's 21 feet deep, top to bottom, and 100 feet between the gates. And what it would do was it would lower and lift boats 13 feet to allow them passage from the canal onto the river. So we are right now on the towpath. Boats would be in the canal to the right, and the mules would be walking where we are right now to stop. And this is what happens when you try to push the shot by standing just a little too close to the edge. Milepost 76.5, Apple Orchard Mountain. What do you think?
It's beautiful. It's easy to miss though. You gotta watch for this one. So why do they call it Apple Orchard Mountain?
Yeah, from what I read, it's the appearance that this mountain has when you're looking at it. Whatever that means. So we're not looking at Apple Orchard Mountain, we're technically standing on it right now. Beautiful view. So at the James River about 15 miles ago, we were at the lowest point on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
And now we're at the highest point on the Blue Ridge Parkway in Virginia, over 3,000 feet change of elevation.
So we're at milepost 86. This is called Peaks of Otter. And this place is hopping. If you're starting up north, this is the third visitor center as you head south. And this is by far the biggest visitor center. This is also the place that has a lodge and an incredible lake and the Johnson Farm Trail, which we're on right now. It's got to be coming up here pretty soon. And there it is. So about 1 mile into the Johnson Farm, slight uphill incline, and oh, this is neat. Would you check this out?
So based on the sign, Johnson Farm has been around since 1766. It was a working farm for over 90 years, and they boasted over 22 families that lived here. They had a school, a hotel, a church, and the hotel even purchased fruits and vegetables from the farm.
Oh, would you check out all this old farming equipment? I don't even know what half this stuff would be used for. Technically, the trail is a 2.6 mile loop, with the Johnson Farm situated around the middle. The farm is operated and furnished as it appeared in the 1930s. Now, on a seasonal basis, interpreters in costume are present. If you have a moment, check out the fascinating history behind this place. So we're here in the lodge. We were hoping for what?
Hot apple cider.
How about some tricks or Lucky Charms instead? That's the best we can do for you.
No.
So no quick cup of apple cider for you at the lodge.
No.
But the lake doesn't disappoint, does it?
No. Maybe we should go sit down in these chairs down here.
That is gorgeous.
It's just like a perfect day for it too. It's not buggy or hot or cold. It's just...
So if you come out this way to Peaks of Otter, you could easily spend a full day here. They have a beautiful lodge where you could sleep, get some nice meals. Gorgeous lake. This is Abbott Lake right here. You can walk around the entire lake or just sit by the lake and relax. We did the Johnson Farm Trail, but there's also a lot of great trails as well that I wish we had some time to do. And the one behind me, right there, Sharp Top Trail. Panoramic views of the entire area, 1.5 miles to the top. So one thing the Blue Ridge Parkway is famous for are all these overlooks. There's over 200 of them. And right now we are at mile marker number 92. This one's called Purgatory.
And for a driving tip, due to the many stops, be sure your best navigator's riding shotgun. He or she will be kept busy looking for the next location and reciting information pertaining to the site.
Running parallel to the north section of the Blue Ridge Parkway is the famous Appalachian Trail.
Here's another famous overlook at Milepost number 115, Roanoke River Overlook.
I think we made it to the long anticipated overlook. Well, we just grabbed a bite to eat, and we were going to take you back to the Blue Ridge Parkway for a gorgeous Virginia sunset at milepost number 120, Roanoke Mountain Overlook, but that is closed. So we are going to call it quits for today. This is the end of day one. Remember, we are doing 4 days on the gorgeous Blue Ridge Parkway. So be sure to check out days 2 through 4 when those are uploaded. Thanks so much for traveling with us. Hit that subscribe button. We'll look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.